Hey class, Michael here, and today I am going to read Trick or Treat in West Virginia, written by Eric James and illustrated by Karl West. This is my selection for the holiday book, and the story is about Halloween night in West Virginia, and it centers around a small alien who lands in West Virginia and travels across the mountain state, visiting different landmarks in different cities and the usual. It just travels through the state and just on Halloween night. And the book, I could not find a Lexile level for the book, but I could find a reading level. It's recommended for 4 through 8 for its reading level, and its grade level is preschool through the 3rd grade. And now I will begin to read the book. Let's see a little intro right there. And Trick or Treat in West Virginia, written by Eric James and illustrated by Karl West. The full moon's out on Halloween night. The full moon's out on Halloween. The sky is starry bright. Above the state of West Virginia appears an eerie light. It darts behind the scattered clouds. It zips from town to town. It hovers over Parkersburg and then slowly heads on down. A ramp shoots out. A hatch appears. Smoke pours into the air. Chilling alien silhouette gives owls and wolves a scare. It steps out of the thick white fog. Its skin is neon green. This alien is, without a doubt, the cutest thing I've seen. Here you can see he has a map of West Virginia, and he's visiting. It says, "Welcome to West Virginia." Map of West Virginia. Wheeling, Clarksburg, or Morgantown. There's just so much to do. And what about Summersville Lake? But first, a trip to Hovadder's Zoo. He pulls out his transporter and waves it in the air. Now, in the spot where he just stood, there is nobody there. As you can see, he has his transporter, he just disappears. And there's a map of West Virginia, and he even has the state flag of West Virginia on his travel backpack. That's pretty funny. He reappears in Charleston and wanders all around, making sure that he checks off each landmark that he's found. Top 5 tourist spots: Hovadder's Wildlife Zoo, Kingwood; State Capitol, Charleston; Wheeling Suspension Bridge; Ace Adventure Resort, Oak Hill; Exhibition Coal Mine in Beckley. He zaps to Harper's Ferry and to take a little look, snapping selfies as he goes, and posting them to Facebook, and you can see all these different pictures. I think those are his parents looking at the pictures. But where is everybody? And are they staying in tonight? He climbs up high to take a peek and gets a nasty fright. For all around this spooky town, the streets are jammed and heaving. Monsters everywhere. It's time that he was leaving. "I'd better run," the alien says. "I'm not a big brave hero. Oh no, my gizmo doesn't work. The battery gauge reads 0. They're closing in. There's no escape." He scrunches up his eyes, but the monsters all surround him, but he gets a big surprise. "Hey, high five, dude," a vampire shouts. "Great costume," shrieks a ghoul. A little ghost tugs at his arm and says, "I think you're cool." "So you don't want to eat me then?" the little alien asks. They laugh until they're so red-faced they must take off their masks. "Sweet antenna," smiles the ghost while giving them a flick. The children shriek. What happens next is just the coolest trick. The jack-o'-lanterns take off and float into the sky. "Oh wow," they gasp. "It looks like you're a real-life alien guy." The children dance excitedly. They shout, "Can you do more?" The alien shows them lots of tricks as they go door to door. These antics impress everyone, which comes in really handy, because it means before too long their bags are filled with candy. It's getting late, I better go, the alien says at last. I'll promise I'll come back next year. West Virginia is a blast. They take him to his spaceship and say their goodbyes. They wait for him to start it up and zoom into the skies. As you can see, I guess he landed in Chief Logan State Park, right here. But something isn't right. It makes the weirdest sound. The witch points underneath and asks, "What is that on the ground?" His spaceship has a fuel leak. There's thick goo everywhere. Aw, shucks, he says. It looks like I'm not going anywhere. Well, you can see the leaking space fuel. It looks like somebody mashed up a lot of candy together. The werewolf hands out bubble gum and shouts, "Come on, guys, chew. We'll stretch the gum across the hole and stick it down like glue." Sweet! We'll fill the tank with candy. We've got buckets of the stuff. Throw it in, up to the brim. That should be just enough. And as you can see, they're putting gum over the leak to stop the leak. The dog and cat are drinking this fuel. It's funny. The spaceship is now ready. The alien turns the key. The engine roars. The spaceship soars and zooms off with a wee. But now it's diving back to Earth. The children shake with fear. Ah, he's just flying past the wave and say, "See you next year." They're all floating around. And then he finally says, "Happy Halloween, West Virginia." And that's the end of the book. And it's just a simple children's book, but it's pretty enjoyable. And it just kind of shows off all the landmarks in West Virginia, and along with it being Halloween night. And it was interesting because it said it was a full moon on Halloween night, and this year it was a full moon on Halloween night. So it's pretty interesting. And the book is a good read, and it's like I said, it's enjoyable, and it shows off all of the landmarks, like some of the landmarks in West Virginia. And I think I've been to the exhibition. Yes, a few years ago I went to the exhibition coal mine in Beckley, but the farthest I haven't really traveled a lot in West Virginia personally, but this state obviously has a lot of landmarks and historical areas, and it's a good state to travel. And that's about it. Hope you enjoyed the video.